I think we might have to start now because we already have about 37 people. Hi, everyone. My name is Abdulaziz Akombi. I'm the lead community manager at Lobby AI, and this will be our second event of the year. And it's about how we can
Good
improve
evening. I can barely hear what you're saying.
how. Oh, really? Please confirm if you can hear me. Can I get thumbs up? Loud and clear. How about now? Is it better? All right, thank you so much. So, like I said, our speaker today is Queen, our lead HR at Lobby AI. She has interviewed many candidates, spent years in the industry, and reviewed countless resumes across different roles. We invited her because of her experience and the real insight she brings to this topic. Queen, if you are here, please, you can introduce yourself better and continue from there. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're connected from. My name is Queen. Can anyone see me? Hello?
We can.
We can't see you actually.
Oh, okay. Hi. Can everyone? Oh. Okay, can everyone see me now? Hi. Okay, my name is
We see your
Queen.
screen. We see your screen.
I can actually see myself. I don't know if you can see me now. I'm waving. Hi everyone. Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. My name is Queen. So I'm not speaking from the audio that is there. You can, if you check, you're going to see me somewhere around. But I can see everyone. Hi. My name is Queen. I'm a technical recruiter. I have been in the industry for over 7 years right now. I'm happy to be here. I am happy to share the knowledge that I have, and I hope that it's going to be impactful and we would be able to use what we've learned here to get more jobs. And also, yes, happy to be here. Thank you, everyone. I would proceed to share my slide. Um, Hold on, please. Okay. All right. So we're not going to be far from the topic today. Once you are able to see my slide, please indicate by a thumbs up so I know that you can see my slide now.
We can see your slide.
Okay, awesome. So, and this is pretty straightforward. The topic is how to craft a resume and CV that passes ATS in the AI era. Just so that everybody knows what matters today, right? Your CV is actually not read by human. It is, first of all, it goes through a process and before it gets to human. So if there's a software, a lot of people use it, ATS, application tracker. Before it reaches you, there are some keywords that these recruiters, while putting up their JD or putting it on that platform, they have used already. So it is great to understand that this screening works and it helps to remove, imagine 30 people or 100 people applied for a role. It just picks like the best 10 people and share with the recruiter and also gives reason why those does not go through, right? So I would say that there are three stages of AI screening. The first stage, it is the ATS appraising, right? This is where the system read your CV. What happens during that period? Your CV is uploaded in an applicant tracking system. That's the ATS. The system breaks it into sections. It checks for contact, work experience, education, and skills, right? What can go wrong is poor formatting of your CV, table graphics, text boxes. If those things are not well aligned, it can also affect your CV. Creative fonts or heavy design can also affect that. Um, Simple layouts, clear headings. What is expected is simple layouts. We expect that you have clear headings, standard sections, easy to read text. Workshop link, it has to do with this connects directly to simple formats. Have clear structure, avoid over designed CVs for your ATM documents. I would also say that it is advisable to use PDF for that. Stage 2, keyword and skill matching. What happens in this process? The system compares your CV to the job description. It checks for skills, experience, related language to the job, modern systems, understand the meaning, not just exact words. So let's say that you have on the JD has leadership, communication, and all of that. You could just on your CV, what is expected, what can be picked out in and doesn't look generic is led cross-functional teams. Still signal it still signals that you have leadership experience even without the keyword leader, right? What is expected, skill and experience must match the role. Keyword should appear naturally. That's basically what we're saying here. So instead of saying leader, because that's what is on the JD, you can say led cross-functional. It has appeared and it appeared naturally. Content must be role specific, right? It has to be role specific, but not generic. What to avoid, keyword stuffing, copying job description word for word, work statements like responsible for marketing. You can make it better by saying increase organic traffic by 70% through SEO optimization, things like that, to make you know that you know what you're doing at that time. What aligns is tailoring your CV per role. Make sure that your CVs are tailored per role. Yes, so it's okay for you to look at your JD, look at the JD, look at your CV, and optimize it to be tailored to the role, right? Avoid irrelevant content. If you know that they are looking for marketing, please don't add things that are not even in the same space, right? So the next stage, that's the stage 3, is ranking and scoring. So most ATS also score. They score per. I'll see if we have some. I want to show you from Lobby Portal. Just give me a few minutes. I'm going to share my other screen now. I'm trying to get. Okay, before I show you that part, I will just continue. It's coming up. Yeah, I'm trying to get it from the lobby platform. Please hold on. Okay. Okay, my network is pretty bad. So I'll just continue, and then when it comes up, I'll show you guys how scoring works. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but we can proceed for now. Okay, let me use a okay, view job. Sorry, I'm not sure. Okay. So I don't waste time. I mean, it's taking like a lot of time to log. I'll just go back to sharing my screen again. Mm, Okay, back to it. Okay, so what can happen in that? So when we talk about the scoring part, candidates are ranked based on relevance, recent experience, clarity on skills and achievements. Some systems score candidates automatically. So once your CV comes, they look at it and then they just rate you 95. They rate you a 5 or a 6, and there's a reason why you're rated like that. Clear employment dates, what we expect, what ATS also expects is clear employment date, consistent job history, measurable contribution where possible. What hurts your score is missing dates, unexplained gaps, missing education details, incomplete contact information. So what to reinforce is addressing employment gap, accuracy and honesty, include all key information that is needed. Common content error that reduces ATS performance. One, keywords. So look at unnatural and they can flag that because it is buzzwords, so they can always flog that. There's a void description with no outcomes, missing date, qualification, or contact details. Please make sure that if you are saying that you worked for a company, there should be the dates. Let there be a duration of time. Your qualifications must be there. Add your skills as well. Use one generic, using of one generic CV for every application. Let's say you have experience for sales, you have for customer service, you're using your sales CV to apply for customer service role, you're using it to apply for marketing role, you're using it to apply for different roles. So it could actually make your profile be rejected on the spot. That's why you see most times when you apply for a job, in the next 24 hours you are getting, we are sorry, it's not even human. It didn't even get to the recruiter's hand. It just was rejected from the ATS, and it can also make your those are the things that can raise red flags for recruiters away. So these issues don't just affect ATS, they also raise red flags for recruiters. So if you are looking at it, just know that AI is also being things that are generated there are from recruiters. So they also look at it. So even if you pass the ATS, which is not possible, but let's say you still have a way of submitting your CV without going through ATS, and then the recruiters look out for this red flag. So make sure that whichever way, ensure that your CV is aligned with everything that has been stated there. Preparing for human review. This is after ATS. So you've passed the ATS stage, but it doesn't guarantee that you've gotten the job. You just passed the first stage of CV screening. Now it comes to humans. What do they really look for? Consistency between your CV, your LinkedIn, and interviews answers. This is what they look out for. So if you're saying A, B, Z in your CV, it should be aligned with your LinkedIn. And when you come to the interviews, because recruiters have reviewed your CV and your LinkedIn, they will majorly ask you questions around this perspective. Clear human language, no robotic AI text. Make sure that when you're speaking to people, you speak to them clearly, you're not cramming, you're speaking to them naturally. Flow, speak to them. I mean, there's no wrong or right answer in interviews, to be fair. People just want to know how confident you are, how you're a good fit for their workplace, and how knowledgeable you are as well. So yes, you might not get all the answers right, but they just need to see that you're consistent. Not in saying the wrong thing, but you're just being consistent in your response and it's aligning with everything. Important reminders. Like I said, referrals and networking can bypass the early ATS stage, but your CV still needs to stand up to review, right? When recruiters are doing that. So the balance, the key message for this workshop is a strong CV is in today's market is works for AI systems, make sense to recruiters, reflect real experience, sounds like a real person, sounds like what you have done. The goal is not to trick the system. The goal is to make sure that system accurately understands your value, right? That's the goal for CVs. So my simple takeaways for this is going to be use clean, readable formats. Make sure that if you are using one format, use it across your profile. Tailor your CV to each role. Write clearly about what you actually did. Avoid any generic statements. Reminders again is that ATS is the first gate, not the final decision. Thank you very much. Open to answering questions and all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. So we're moving to questions and answers now. So I think someone is raising. If you're raising your hand, you can unmute and ask your question, please. Hi, Queen. You have a question in the chat.
Oh, okay. Can someone please read it out or something?
All
So
right. Is listening skills on CV considered keyword stopping?
is listening skills on CV considered keyword stuffing? Yes, it depends, right? Again, if you are listening the skills, they should be natural. They shouldn't be everything on the JD, right? They should be things that you have done, but they can actually be done better. They can actually be listed better, right? So it's just the way you align them. So yeah.
All right. Okay. I thought you wanted to do a short demo or so. So you have another question here. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to show.
Okay.
Okay. Someone asked for a resume, right? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can bring up one, but I can still be taking up other questions if they are. So for the CV ranking, I think I can share something with you guys. So let me share this tab. So if you can see my tab now, just let me know. So there's a role that is called business development role. And then under that role, if you can see where my cursor is, you will see that it's already showing you how many it's already showing you like the match. So this is like a score that is given to the people that the CV is suggesting. So can you see? So it's saying this person has 85%, this person has 80%. This is based off of their CV that they have reviewed. Then you see like an 80%, there's a 75%. And also this is how the CV scoring happens, right? I hope this makes sense.
Yes. Thank you so much. We still have more questions there. I think if you are raising your hand, please you can ask your question.
So for ATS CVs, right? It's so I would not say that there is a particular template for CV that passes ATS. What I would say is that for your CV, just ensure that it has the right keywords. So that's basically, and you can also run it through. Please excuse me. Sorry, I had to attend to something. So yeah, and I'm checking if I can. I'm trying to see if I can get my CV to show. But before the end of this, I should be able to show a CV that passes ATS. Yeah. Uh, okay, so somebody said sometimes when applying for an entry position, recruiters also ask experience for at least zero, something up to 3 years. I'm not sure that if people are asking you to apply for an entry level positions, I'm not sure recruiters will tell you to have this skill set. They might ask you to have experience, but if you've collaborated before, so the kind of experience that they want you to have is not a 3 years person kind of experience. If you've been in a community, if you volunteered before, those also serve as experience for an intern and an entry level person. So if you've worked somewhere, even if it's not in a structured place, so let's say an event and you were part of the committee that you did like the administrative job and you did all of that, it might not be paid for, but it's an experience that you've gathered. You've known how to collaborate with people and all. So yes.
So someone also asked, does Lobby I offer the capability to update our CV to match the jobs we are applying to?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
Okay. Does Lobby AI offer the capability to update our CV to match the jobs we are applying to?
If he has the capability. So I mean, for Lobby AI, for your CV is for your what's it called? Is what you actually feel. It's something that we can look into, right? But for now, it is the information that you feed the CV that the AI takes and generates like your CV. Same thing applies with LinkedIn. So if you put your CV on LinkedIn, it helps you generate like a better version of your CV. So that's what you see on the profile, but it is what you feed it that it uses as information. Because I mean, it doesn't know it from anywhere. So it's the information that you feed it that it gives to you. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can I speak?
Yes, you can. Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation.
And sorry, before you speak. So yes, we have. I'm sorry, I missed that. So engineer Masood, was it no? So the person that asked the question about lobby AI. Yes, we do. We have something that you can use to build your CV. It is called Resume Builder. I remembered. It's a premium package actually, so you have to pay for it. I think it's 10K per it. So it just helps you. You put in your CV and it helps you build a better CV. And it's per year. So it's 10K per year, not like 10K per month. So you can create as much CV as you want for that amount. Yeah. So please, you can go on with your question, please.
All right. Okay. Thank you for your presentation. As a follow-up to the question of experience, for someone who doesn't have experience, like work projects and everything, how do you state that on your CV as a work experience? You give the example of like you participated in events, organizations. So how do you state that? Do you state it as a project, or do you state it as okay, I worked here when you just were just maybe a 1 day stop or something like that? How do you state that? That's the first question. Then the second question is for someone who's experienced but is transitioning into a new role or everything and wants to apply for a particular role that is not in his job description. That is all the like, let me give an example. I've worked in operations, I've not worked, and I want to apply for a business analyst role. How do I tailor my CV with my operations background to fit in that business analyst role I want to transition into without necessarily changing the job title, since the job titles don't show that, okay, I ever served as a business analyst. I don't know if you get my question. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. I don't know whether
So
my
I
question.
guess I get your question, but I would say that if you're a business a project manager, let me call it that because I can't remember that, and then you want to pivot into business development and you're pivoting into business analyst, or that's what it is. I would advise that you intern, right? Because there are some skills that are transferable, but there are some skills that you have to learn on the job. So you have to intern for that position. It's just saying that you were an English teacher and that you're moving to maths, right? You have to also get the basis, the background knowledge of what it is to be in that. So you need to also learn the fundamentals, right? Your experience will help you in that your new role because first of all, you work with people, the terms are not so different. Work experience, you know how to use Google Workspace, you know how to use Microsoft already. Those are pluses for you. But for that role, you have to try and start with entry level. You can't apply for a 3 years experience role when you do not have experience for it. You will be rejected. So that's just the reality. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, yeah.
Good
Thank you very much.
evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
My name is Engineer Mohammed Masif. Please,
Hi.
can you show us a sample of resume and CV? Since you reply in the message that resume is brief, while CV is in details. Can you show us a sample?
Um, I don't think I can do that right now. It's out of scope. I'll have to start looking for those different but I mean, I think it's something that if you do like a little research, you should be able to find that. But resume is more of a one-pager kind of, and then CV is more detailed and all. But I know that, I mean, sometimes people just use the terms, and sometimes they just mean like they want you to submit like your CV. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Hi, Ken. Good evening.
Thank you. So there was a message there was a question somebody dropped in the chat. I don't know if you've seen it from Light Opera. He said, can an AI generated CV or a CV that was tailored using AI be detected by an ATS system?
Well, it depends again because you have to also look at it to know if it looks like you, right? Or if it speaks to what you want. AI can always give you a lot of ideas on what to put, but it is also good that there is, when you look at it and then you can make some adjustments through sending other prompts to say, oh, I want it to be like this. So it is not once it just generates, you just take it like that. So you need to also look at it, do a review, give it the exact prompts that you want. And yes, it will not be detected by the ATS system, depending on the ATS the AI tool that you are using, because there are some that are built for it, right? So like the resume builder that we have, it's actually built to actually pass ATS system correctly. So yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
More questions, please. If you have any question, if you want to speak, just unmute and ask your question. So please, if you have a question, you can unmute your mic and ask the question, or you can type it.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, I just want to ask, is there going to be a recording for this session?
Yes.
Yes, the session is recorded, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that is by the way. There's a question you are talking about CV rebuilding. Yeah. There's a question I want to ask to clarify. Um,
If you are speaking, I'm not sure I can hear you. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
hello?
Can hear you. Please ask your question.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now? All right, if you can hear me. Yeah, I want this. I said there was before the interruption. Yeah, there's a question. There's something I want to clarify. Um, I've been in a situation whereby I've been in a situation whereby the CV will be good to contain the necessary things, but at the end, if I apply to a particular role that contains the stuff that matches the job description, I don't know, I'll just get rejected. I don't know what could be is there any reason for that? Um, how do I explain it now? Mm,
Okay, so I get it. First of all, your CV might match, but your years of experience, does it match? Are you in the city where they want to hire? If it's a remote role, are you checking the conditions of the remote role? Because people might put a remote role and they say, oh, specifically for people in Lagos, specifically for this and that. So you also need to look at all of those terms, right? The JD might be correct, but look at it. Do they want someone that has 5 years experience and you have 2 years experience? Or you think you have that? It could be part of those things that are the problem, right? And maybe they also want someone that has 6 years experience. And because you have more experience in other things, you have 15 years of experience, and your experience is not matching your CV in a way. So let's say it's so again, look at how tailored your CV is again. Is it also matched with your LinkedIn? Do you have something different in your LinkedIn? So there might just be an issue in all of that. The location might also be a challenge, right? Yes, you might say that, oh, is a remote role, but specifically they want remote in this state. And also, if you check roles online, say LinkedIn, and then you see, oh, it's a US company that wants to hire. Sometimes they just want to hire remote, but within their environment, they don't want to hire outside or anything. So those are things to look out for as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, let's say for example now a job description requires someone that has 3 years of experience, and you have more than 3 years, or you have more than 3 years of experience, like a little above 3 years of experience. Does it work?
Yeah, sure. It works. I mean, they should go for you faster because If you are going to accept that role, there are two ways to look at it. Recruiters might look at it that, oh, if I'm looking for a junior and this person is coming in as and the person has like a mid-level experience, I believe this person has more experience, so I'll hire the person, right? They can look at it from the other perspective. Oh, this person has too many years of experience, and I don't want someone that is going to come and start asking me for plenty money. We cannot afford to pay that person. Right. So these are also the factors that affect that you're applying for a role, and that they can look at it from I don't want to go through this process, and then at the end of the day, this person starts saying, oh, I have more experience, and increase the money and all of that, because we've seen that all over and all over again. So that's why it's safe for you to go for people that have those years of experience. Someone above that can actually collect same level of amount, but sometimes people don't just want to gamble, right? And some people have strict policies. If you are going to hire in their company, they have a certain mid-level. So if you're 0 to this, you're in this range. If you're this to this, you're in this range. And then they have like hiring cadres that they use as well. So yeah.
Because actually the reason why I asked the question is because the most of the roles I usually apply for is a portfolio role. What I mean, it requires portfolio. It requires one to have a portfolio. So when it's not a non-technical. Well, it's a tech role, but it's a creative role. Let me put it that way. So most of the times when when I usually receive rejection mails like that, I'll be wondering, but my CV is good. Is it? I'll just be wondering whether it is because of my portfolio or probably the
So it could be
industry,
it could be that as well. It could be about your portfolio
or
as well.
probably the industry that they need is not my portfolio. Probably a product or a project within that industry is not my portfolio. Probably that's why I received the rejection email. I'm just thinking aloud anyway. So
Okay, yeah, so it could be that as well. And it could be that you can have like a separate portfolio for that if you have that experience as well. So yeah. So I think another way to also get a job is if you can volunteer, right? Volunteer for people as well. It might not pay you at that, but it's also a way to grow your skill and grow your experience as well. It doesn't even have to be like a big company. It could be a friend's company that you're volunteering to do what they don't have at that time because you want to build your portfolio. When I say that as a HR person, my friends that had companies, I was volunteering to be like their HR unpaid, right? Just help you do your hiring, do stuff and all. And you can't say I don't have those experience because I was not paid for it, right? So this is something else that you also need to look at and consider as well. So somebody said, I have undergone some training, the skill I want to offer, but start applying for a job. I need a CV. My question is, since I don't have hands-on job, and how do I craft? First of all, volunteer for jobs again. So if you volunteer for jobs, you would have ways to craft your CV. So just volunteer for people, friends, family, could be small businesses, the skills that you have, apply them there. There's no business that you're skilled or cannot be. Yes, because if it's a data role, they need data to ensure that, they are able to meet their candidate, their right customers and all. So yeah, volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you for.
sorry, before you proceed, this will be the last question. We are rounding up.
Okay, okay, yeah, thank you. So my question is, writing a CV. Let's say I work for a company for, let's say, 4 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Within the interval of 4 months, the 4 months is kind of a bit short. So is it necessary for me to include it in the bullet experience that, okay, this is the reason why I left this company early? And my second question is, how many is there a minimum years interval for you to say, okay, I have to include this as my experience on my resume?
Okay, that's a very tricky question, but people will say that if you work for startup and you want to grow fast, you have to move. But secondly, it does harm to your CV, because if you work for 3 months in a company and you left, and then the next experience you have is 6 months, and they are not contract-based roles, they are actually supposed to be full-time roles, it raises a red flag on your CV. Because in my head, I would say, if I hire you now, you are not going to stay in the other company. So what you need to look at is, and if you extend the years, then you're lucky to have a company that does background check, and then they go and verify and they find out that you have just done 3 months there. It is not going to speak well of you, right? So I would say that if you know that, I mean, just try as much as possible to stay 6 months, 1 year at least in a row before you leave, right? Staying in a role for 2 months, yes, I know that, oh, there's a what's involved, oh, the place is toxic, the place is this, the place is that. Also look at what it's going to do to your resume, right? Or your CV when you apply for a role. It's going to also affect that. So there are things that you also need to consider when you're moving from one role to another. If they are short-term contracts, good and fine. It is okay to have a 3 months, a 6 month short-term contract, right? And it should be indicated on your CV that it is a contract. Please bracket it and say contract, so that when a recruiter is looking at, they know that, oh, this person has experience, but it was a contract. So it means that it could be part-time. It could be that they say, oh, come and do this role for like 2 months and all of that. So it just explains it, right? I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So for our next event, so this is it. If you want us to organize any particular event that you have in mind, or you have any problem with anything, you can reach out to us, or you can reach out to me personally, or even if you have a speaker in mind that I can reach out to, you can reach out to them and get them to speak to you guys. I'm even thinking of probably having a session with a lady that uses AI very well. Probably you can have a session about how to write code your portfolio. I don't know, but we can have that discussion. You can just reach out to me and we'll see what we can organize for you. You can also look for how to how to get prepared for interviews, something we need. You can just reach out to us and find a way to organize it for you. Once again, I want to thank you all for joining us. This session is going to be posted on our YouTube channel, and we'll be sending it to the community. And also, the slide is going to be sent.
The question in the chat, no, you did not address it.
Yes, so I said it's going to be sent to the community. So you can join the community after the call. I'm going to post it there.
Yeah, I would really want to have a session where you can talk about letting your portfolio match the job description, probably.
That's fine. You can have that. You can reach out to me and we'll see how we can do that. Probably our next event in February. We just feel
Alright.
free. We are a community, so we can talk. We are here to help you. So if you have any concern, just let us know.
But how can I get your number?
Are
Or
you
are
are
you
you
in
in our
the
community?
Yes, I'm in your community.
So the person that normally posts, that's me. You can just
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for joining us. See you in our next event. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.